Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Division. I'm Death from Above. Today I want to talk about soloing the Darkzone. More specifically, how I solo the Darkzone, some tips and tricks I have for you, and what I usually run in the Darkzone. So let's get right into it. In the Darkzone, I've played, most of my Darkzone experience has been solo. I've played in groups, but most of the time I'm solo just because of the hours I play, or the times I play, or the amount of time I play, or I just don't have everybody else online to do it. So, what I usually do when I go into the Darkzone, my loadout generally, I have my character spec'd for DPS and health. I like to balance those out pretty solidly. That way, I'm not a glass cannon, but I can still do plenty of damage. I don't go in high tech. I have done that before. It proved to be pretty ineffective with my fighting style or play style solo, so I would definitely recommend medical and DPS. You want to have both of them about the same. That way you still have the health to get away or engage, but you have the DPS to take the enemies down. And like I said, tech, it's useful in a group setting. I couldn't make it work solo. I went in and I struggled. I couldn't kill some high enemies, some high level enemies. So you may be able to make that work doing other things with it, but I wasn't able to. So that's my thoughts on the Trinity. Now, as far as talents, the signature skill I either use the tactical link or the health regen. That way I have that emergency health push if I really need it. The two main talents I use, right now I've been using the turret a lot, but I switch out the turret, the healing station, and the, what's the third thing I use? Turret, healing station, or the pulse. The other one I leave on all the time is the medical heal. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but the one that heals you. I leave that one on all the time. The other three I kind of bounce around. Right now I'm running the turret to use in engagements where I'm fighting multiple enemies. I throw it away from me, let it take the aggro, and then I'll shoot them from the flank. And it works out really well. But those are my three main talents. Weapon-wise, what I normally use is a marksman rifle and some sort of SMG or assault rifle. I don't want to go in there with a shotgun because I'm not too good at shotguns. It takes too much time to reload, and your time in between shots, you can miss it. If you miss a shot, you're in a bad shape with a shotgun, whereas an SMG or an assault rifle, you miss a shot, just keep firing until you take them down. The marksman rifle I use to begin the engagements. I start out pretty far away, and I'll use the marksman rifle to take out as many people as I can. When they start moving in on me, I'll move back and take them out with the assault rifle, and then return to the marksman rifle once I get some distance. Typical strategy for me in the Darkzone, I'll look for groups of enemies that I know where they are. The roving groups, I'll take them out as soon as I find them. I don't want them showing up behind me. So I'll go find a group of enemies. I'll get in a firefight. I'll find cover. I'll kill them with a marksman rifle, move up and kill them with the assault or SMG. I use the SMG or the assault rifle especially for the NPCs that will rush you with the baseball bats or the shotguns. You want to prioritize them as number one. Everybody else is number two. The advancing ones are the problem. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you don't do is get stuck in between two groups of enemies. This is why I talked about killing the roving groups as quickly as possible, because you don't want them showing up behind you. I had one in a situation where I was fighting some cleaners up in the Darkzone 1 up in the northwestern part, and I noticed there was a group of enemies moving up behind me, and I had already engaged the other cleaners, so I just had to fall back and run straight through that group of enemies. There was no cover on the sides. There was a couple cars. I was running and zigzagging around the cars, but I literally ran through that group of enemies to get behind them and put all the enemies in front of me. I had to keep falling back, but I put them all in front of me, and I did eventually take them all out. Ran out of ammo doing it, but I took them all out. So the next thing you want to do in a situation like that is know your avenues of escape, and you want to have at least two. I don't like fighting in buildings because it's kind of hard to find the avenues of escape. There's usually one, and if somebody gets in that spot, you're in a bad situation. There's not as much room to maneuver. It can get bad, so usually I fight out in the open with my marksman rifle, because indoors you're going to have a hard time using the marksman rifle. You can use it, but your assault rifle or the SMG is going to be your main in-house weapon. So that's what I do in those situations. Now let's talk about other players. I pretty much avoid other players at all costs. A single player, not so bad. More than one, just run away. There have been a couple situations, one of which I was fighting some NPCs, and I thought I had a bro dude with me helping me out. Turns out he was there to kill me, so he ended up killing me. I respawned in a checkpoint, which was right next to where he killed me. So I thought I'll just pop out of here and kill him, get my stuff back. Well, I popped out, started trying to kill him, and another dude started to kill me. So I realized he was on a team of 2. I got a little bold. I didn't have any loot on me. I didn't have any keys on me. I was like, I'll try to kill them both. So I went out to try to kill them both. No, it was a team of 4. There was 4 guys there, and they all started shooting me. So at this point, I stayed in the checkpoint and didn't go back in. So group, really one guy is not so bad, but more than one, you need to just avoid them if you're solo, because you never know what they do. They might get the wild hair. They might be nice people and then say and then see that you're by yourself and they will just take you out. So avoid them at all costs. Extracting 1 or 2 guys, if you can see that they have loot on their back, not such a big deal. More than that, or a guy that doesn't have any loot, just bug out. Don't even try it. That's why I like to have the pulse. I can pulse and see where everybody is. See friendly players, see NPCs, see everything, know what an extraction zone has to offer before I go there. And then the turret. So let's talk about the turret against a rogue agent. I was at an extraction zone. I'd already called in an extraction. There was nobody there, and another guy turned up. And I didn't get a good look at him, but he started firing on me. But he wasn't like, I don't know what his build was or what his level was or anything, but he started firing on me. So I rounded a corner, kind of moving back, but I dropped my turret right around the corner knowing he would follow me. Then I moved around the corner, and he turned that corner. My turret lit him up, and I lit him up. And I took him out in 2 seconds. And I just had to walk up to him and shake my head and go, why did you do that? So solo players, not so bad. A group, just avoid at all costs. Final thought on the Darkzone as a solo player. You're going to die. There's going to be moments where you're going to die. So one of the things I like to do is I have my rewards claim vendor has some Darkzone keys sitting there. And I haven't pulled them out yet. I'm kind of waiting until I get into a group of 4 when I know I'm going to be opening a couple chests. No, I'm not going to have as much trouble. Not going to struggle as much. So I'm waiting on that. So you're going to die. And you're going to die in the Darkzone. And it's going to be... If you know you're going to die going in solo, it's not such a big deal. If you die with loot, just try to get back to your death location and pick it up if you can. If you die to NPCs, if you die to other players, hey baby, it's gone, like keys in hot lava. So just be aware of that and plan for it. That way you don't get too upset if you die and lose some things. Just go in knowing if you're going in solo, you're gonna die at some point. Because I've died many times, and it's just not that big a deal. You know, the Darkzone, you're gonna die. So that's my thoughts on soloing the Darkzone. That's my general play style. What do you guys think? I think this is probably pretty normal for soloing the Darkzone. Do you guys have any interesting builds you've used to solo the Darkzone, or do you prefer to go in with the team all the time? What do you think about soloing the Darkzone? What do you think about the Darkzone in general? I know they're putting out a patch today, changing a lot of things. So I'm gonna get in there and check that out on stream in just a second. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I love your face. So I'll see you next time, guys. See you. Bye.